What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video of mine. So today we are going to be checking out Boomshakalaka, the exclusive $30 Legends Pass monster, and whether or not you guys should get him. But before we continue, I want to please ask that you take 2 seconds out of your day and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps me out in continuing to make future videos like this. So, that being said, let's get right into it. So looking at Boomshakalaka, he has some really great stats. He's got the second highest attack stat in the entire game, mediocre life, and extremely high speed. So, right off the bat, if you look at this, you might think, yeah, he's totally worth it, right? But the reason why I would definitely say he's not worth it, yeah, that's pretty much the verdict of the video, he's not worth it, is because, well, he's a rank 3 monster when you get him. He's not a rank 5. If you were a rank 5, I would totally say, yeah, of course, he would be worth it because you can utilize him at his max potential. But at rank 3, you're still quite far away from getting him all the way to, full competitive viability, because rank 3 is the equivalent of 1,900 monster cells, right? The monster plus 1,900 cells, so around 2,000 cells, which means you need around 7,000 more either Ludum or his own cells to get him to max rank. And that is a pretty steep cost, right? That's several weeks of saving up Ludum, like over a month's worth of Ludum, if you were to keep doing the Titan Dungeon and only investing the Ludum you save in this one monster. Or it would involve getting to the end of the Legends Pass itself and buying the exclusive Ruby chest, which gives 7,000 cells for this monster, which would allow you to rank him up to rank 5 without spending Ludum on him, right? And both of those are pretty steep costs. Now, obviously, if you're the kind of person who's got money to blow, you're probably going to do it anyway, and in which case, watching this video isn't really relevant. But I'm really just talking for the people who want to know if this is going to be a worthwhile purchase in the future. And that's why I definitely say no, is because, looking at his stats and his gimmicks and stuff like that, it's really great. He's got an essence. He also has a sword relic. So this guy can come back to life if he dies. He also has insane damage output, right? You can see right here, right? An AoE 50 skill with 2 tortures. He also has shield removal, and he's really, really fast, right? So under normal circumstances, if you got him to max rank, this guy would absolutely have some utility for sure, right? But getting him to max rank is where the problem starts, because in general, Monster Legends is notorious for continuing to release more and more and more monsters that completely outdo the previous ones by a long shot, right? Just take Wormhole, for example, right? He was previously known as the fastest monster in the game, including, just in general, right? He was faster than all the corrupted monsters. He had 6,446 base speed, but just look how quickly he fell, right? Within, the course of a month or so, he's gone from first place to, behind other monsters that have, for example, Bloomeria, right? Bloomeria's faster, Boomshakalaka now is faster, Ingui's faster, Fralzinot is faster. It's just he quickly went from having his gimmick as the fastest monster in the game to I don't know. It says on the wiki that he's the 8th fastest now, right? So the point is that these monsters and their stats quickly become unreliable, and so if you're going to consider investing in a monster, there's always theoretically going to be a better one coming out. So that's the first reason. So even though this guy has extreme utility, and he would continue to be useful, I have no doubt about that. If he were rank 5, he's not, and you're going to have to invest in him to get him to that point. And I think in general, the temptation to invest in one monster only kind of gets thrown to the wayside because of all the new monsters that come out. I know for a fact that I'm usually quite indecisive about it. I was like, okay, I'm going to save up Ludum and rank up Jakunahi now, right? And then Modrak comes out, I'm like, actually, no, I want to get him to rank 5. And then I'm just like, no, actually, I still have Spectre and I haven't ranked her up yet. And now, obviously, Lord Nabodus is out, and I'm just like, wait, I definitely want to rank this monster up. So the problem is that if you get Boomshakalaka, right, and actually rank him up to rank 5, then he would be useful. But I would say the temptation to not do that is pretty great with all the new monsters coming out. And obviously, the probability of you getting him to rank 5 without spending real money on his actual cells is pretty much 0, so he's probably going to be just sitting there at rank 3, maybe participating in some wars that you're in, stuff like that. But in PvP, rank 3, that's not going to be enough. Like, as good as his stats are at rank 3, he is not going to last in PvP. Typically speaking, in the higher ranks, you're going to need to have rank 5 monsters. At the very least, they've got to be rank 4 probably to actually really be used competitively to the point where you don't get wiped. So, most likely, if you buy him, he's just going to be sitting there, kind of collecting dust and generating gold for you. And assuming you never actually rank him to rank 5, he's going to have limited utility for the remainder of the time you play the game. I think that's just the reality of the situation. If you don't have rank 5 monsters, they are not going to be used nearly as much. So that's why I would really, really suggest not buying this monster, right? Because I did buy Frosty-Knot last time, assuming I would get her to rank 5. And here she is just sitting there, at rank 3, which is where I originally got her. And I have no immediate plans on ranking her up because I now have Lord Nabotis. I would recommend, of course, buying the Legends Pass for this month, the exclusive pass, which is just $20, and you get Lord Nabotis, right, up to rank 3, and he's definitely worth ranking up, right? And that's the reason why. It's like, originally I had Frosty-Knot, I'm like, oh, I'm going to rank her up to rank 5, and now, obviously, there are so many more monsters that came out. Now we have a new monster coming out in the Marathon. We're going to have more, obviously, going forward. We're going to have more Maze monsters, right? Tails monsters. And it's just like, that kind of just fell away. My original plan to just save up Ludum and spend it just on Frosty-Knot, it just went away so fast because of all the new monsters that are coming out. So, yeah, that's my final verdict, is definitely don't buy the monster because, well, unless you really plan on ranking it up to rank 5. Because chances are you may think you want to rank it up now, but by the time, a few weeks rolls around, there are going to be more and more monsters coming out. I can almost guarantee that. And by the time more monsters come out, you might not want to really rank this monster up anymore, because for all we know, the monster's stats might not even be top tier anymore within a few weeks, just based on, the pace at which this game evolves. So that's the reason. If you buy him, he's probably just going to be sitting there. He'll probably stay at rank 3, in which case his utility is going to be extremely, extremely limited. And, obviously at that point, you're better off just not buying him and maybe saving the money for maybe the next Legends Pass if you plan on ranking that monster up, or, potentially just buying the rank 5 bounty hunt, the Fugitive Destroyer monster or something like that, because at least that one is rank 5, right? It's still a lot of money, right? $100 for a monster, obviously has to be justifiable based on the monster's extreme potential to go meta. But in general, it's like that would probably be more worth it because you can at least instantly use that one at its full potential. This one, it's got a long way to go before you rank it up. And chances are you're not going to get that far anyway, just because of all of the temptation that Social Point's going to throw your way within the next few weeks. More and more monsters that probably have stats that are, comparable to this one. And if it's not now, it's going to be in the future. So, that's pretty much my final verdict. Don't buy, of course, if you have the money, you probably have already done it. But in general, if you haven't bought this monster yet, I would totally say don't do it. It's not worth it. And that's pretty much all I've got to say for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, if it was informative. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.